On Chris here with Shughead Gaming. We are doing Immortal Legacy tonight. I was trying to do this yesterday, but we had issues with YouTube, and I couldn't stream this the day that the movement update. 3 different movement options for those with move controllers, which was much needed because they done so that you couldn't really strafe and move at the same time, and it was just a lot for move controllers. But for me, the big thing is rudder support. Which allows me to free my hands up entirely, so super psyched. They've increased the movement speed, they've increased the turning speed. Both could still be twice as fast for my taste, but it's an improvement nonetheless. Definitely appreciate the increased movement. With the rudder I can do small movements too, so that allows me a little more flexibility. It's nice not to have to move with my hands now. Actually impressed they got rid of the blinders too with smooth turning. Super nice. Yes, please. Make sure what hand you put these on, because you can't switch it once you do that. I want to throw it with my right hand, I think. Yep. Oh, snap. My problem with the original control scheme is I often ended up finding myself just standing out in the open because moving was such a pain. The new control schemes make that easier for people with just move controllers, because it goes back to more of the typical Skyrim. They have turning split on 2 hands, now you can change that. But the rudder allows me to go completely free of movement with hands. I feel like this is kind of the way it was meant to be played, because it's like an action game, and using just the moves was just really a hindrance in this game. Woo! Wow, was that ever a different experience than the first time? As I pretty much stood out in the open and got blown away. Okay. Excellent. What do we got? Over here? I don't think there's anything over here. Oh, maybe there is. Ooh, hello. Collectibles?
Is that?
Yes, it is.
Mini cookie pie?
Yeah, wow. Exciting. What we got? Nope. And you, which I also don't care about. The implementation of the, especially with them improving their own smooth turning. This game was just like their whole design scheme when they first launched. I said this in my review. You could tell what they were going for. They were trying to make it, hey, how's it going? You could tell they were trying to go for full movement without sacrificing dual wielding, so it's not having to swing a hand back to move backwards and stuff. But it was just a lot on those move controllers. Yeah. It's way different now. It's I feel like it's kind of the way it was meant to be played. Like I said, it's drastically improved. You just have move controls. Like that's what it needed. It needed options for people. The smooth turning has been completely upgraded properly.
How did
no,
all this stuff get here?
if you're just tuning in, quicker turning, quicker walking. It could be quicker for my taste, but still an improvement. Improved move controls, 3 different options for move layouts, rudder support, and Yeah, it's pretty fun, I'm not going to lie. I'm obviously a big proponent of it, but it is very cool, especially if you don't mind sitting when you play it, which I like to do. So, it just this is a very good example of a game that works really well with a rudder because you just have your hands are busy. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. I really enjoyed the game. If you saw my review, even when it first launched with all its control issues, but I was always fighting the controls, and I don't feel like that now, which is really nice. Okay, going up. Yeah, oh! If you, I don't, oh, shoot, hang on. Oh, I died. I can't believe I died there! Huh. Sony, I think Sony's only now, actually, they've licensed the rudder, I think that's what you were talking about, but I think that Sony's only recently now started to, like, actually understand what they licensed, because I've heard rumors that they're starting to push it a little bit. Yes, MetCat. The new control scheme is definitely improved, which is what I'm sure you were going to go there for. There's 3 different options now. Here, just quickly, just anyone watching the chat. Here's a big thing. This game, it's a little confusing. If you're in the options menu on the main screen, you don't see the control options. You have to be in the game. So when you go and to get these, this is also hard to find because if you hit the options button on the right controller, you don't get this. You actually have to hit it on the left controller. So anyways, you see settings here. And you go in here and you can see all the options that they've added now. So that was always in there. Smooth turn was always in there. Blinders were always in there, but you couldn't turn them off. Now you can. Turn speed, I've increased it to 3. Control scheme, you have options here. And they don't show you what they are, but they're basically everything you think they would be. You can choose what your dominant hands are. It's basically your Skyrim controls. So it's nice. You can now make it so that you can turn and kind of strafe at the same time, which is always the problem. It just made it so that you really couldn't do everything at once because they wanted to try to keep this hand not doing anything like this. But so now you have the choice, which is, you guys know, I always want choice. However, if you have the rudder, this really doesn't matter. Yeah, I would, MetCat. I don't know if you ever saw my review, but like this game literally is the closest we're going to get to Uncharted on the PSVR, I think, for a very long time. It's some major Uncharted vibes, let's just say. For me, definitely rudder is the move choice. It just makes it so much easier. Uh-oh. I feel like the guys have gotten a little more aggressive. Maybe that's because now they feel like you can keep up a little bit. I think you're going to see... I mean, I can't speak for rudder. I really can't. I don't know what is happening behind the scenes there. But I have heard that being that it's a Sony licensed product, Sony kind of, their part in that is that they kind of have to ask developers, at least ask them to use it. It's kind of a no-brainer in full motion VR games, I think, especially without us having analog sticks. And it really is. It is good. It really is. It helps with motion sickness. For some people, at least that's what I've heard, because your walking is on your feet, so your brain that makes sense to your brain, right? It just allows you, like, a lot more flexibility in the way that you move now. And it just frees your hands up. Does that blow up? I don't know if it does. Oh yeah, that's a heavy shoot. I think I'm gonna die here. That could probably be improved. Because once it gets really red, you can't see. I feel like it's gotten harder. I didn't die very much in my review version, and I was on normal difficulty. So I think that might have been a tweak, which is good, because it was too easy. Oh, I gotta do that again, eh? Alrighty. Let's save. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do right there. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm not even gonna shoot those guys. I didn't catch the end of there. It's good. Yes, it is actually like Blood and Truth. Now you mention it, I actually had said in my Blood and Truth review. Actually, I think I wrote it, and I actually didn't. I ended up editing it out. Superman. This is Immortal Legacy: The Jade Cipher. It's actually a Sony game that didn't get a lot of love. It's out of Japan. I mean, it did get some love, but it didn't. If anyone who liked Blood and Truth and complained that it wasn't full movement, this is your game. It looks good and it plays good. It definitely plays good now with this patch. But yes, controls are very similar to Blood and Truth. Reloading though is not done. There's nothing fancy there. You literally just you rush a blood it, right? But you can do wield. When you are using a two-handed weapon, it's very similar to Blood and Truth in that you grab it with your left hand, and then your left hand kind of goes like basically limp. You don't use the move controller, and that's a good idea. It's a really smart way because then your moves aren't in front of each other and screwing up tracking, as we all know too much about. So it allows you just to get the stability of the two-handed but one-handed. Jason, thanks for stopping in, man. Okay, let's see if we can approach this a little smarter this time. Sights are really good in this game too, actually. Yeah, they've definitely increased the difficulty a little bit. I would have been able to run in that and gone ape shit, and I can't now. Now I have to be a little smarter about it. Come on. The gunplay definitely has an Uncharted vibe for any of you who played Uncharted. I'm not saying it's Uncharted quality, it's not that polished, but it's pretty good. Eat it. I'll work on that a little more. It is pretty good. It's definitely good. Yeah, I can strafe now, buddy. Couldn't do that before. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, yeah. Come on, down you go. There we go. Sorry, guys, I didn't see that last, whatever that last message was. I was too busy having my Rambo moment. Yes, I'll take that. Yeah, combat just feels like the updated move controls. Even if you don't have a rudder, the combat it's made it easier now because, I mean, stuff's gonna be sacrificed. You're not gonna have as great of dual wielding without a rudder. Why can't I get up there? You're just not, because it's just too much on your hands. But it has improved it so that you won't feel as handicapped now. The increased movement speed is also a huge bump. It was too slow. It's still too slow for my taste, but it's better. At least it's not Robinson's The Journey slow now. Like this is full speed, but you know they don't want you running through the game either, because you'll finish it in like 2 or 3 hours. But being able to have both my hands freer with just move controllers and completely free with the rudder makes a big difference. Because then, like with that guy, you know, usually before I just pretty much stood out in the open because like strafing was just way too difficult because it was like a button push, and then like forward and backwards is a button push, and it's just a lot when all of a sudden your inventory control on each hand is on the controllers as well. Also have speed control, because before it was walk was 1 button, run was 2 buttons, and like even run was like this. No aim support, insane. It would be kind of cool with aim support. You know, I like options, but it is such a dual-wielding game. I mean, it really is. You got dual inventories on each hand. And you can you put a hand on this, basically, with your left move. It's like Blood and Truth. And then that just becomes attached until you re-click the controller. And you don't have to use this. If you want, you could go with 2 hands. But Ryan, learning curve for me, not a lot. It just makes sense, because like, I don't have a video on my feet, but if you watch my review, I've got it there. Like, you have forward, and you have increments of forward, and then increments of backwards too. Like, you can choose your speed. Then you turn, you just twist your feet. And because it's foot locomotion, like, it's your feet. It's your feet. You're walking with your feet. You're running with your feet. It sucks if you want to stand. I get that. But for seating, like, it just makes sense. It's like, I want to walk. I'm going to use my feet. And my hands are just my hands now. It really, really makes a lot of sense to me. Some people say there's a learning curve. I'll have more information coming to you guys about that, so stay tuned as far as like what game, how it uses what and stuff. We got some surprises there for you. Gonna do some giveaways here too on the channel, and let's just say there's a lot of people excited about the rudder, and I'm gonna do what I can to get you guys more information. But it's cool. It's not for everybody, but it definitely works well. Ooh. I think it is an online only right now. Yeah, tracking is yeah, it does help that like then just this is all I'm walking, and then I just have my hands, and tracking is really good in this game too. They did a really nice job on that part. Oh, I'm running out of spaces here. Yoink, AK, yes please. That's right, buddy. I'm upgraded now. Yeah, I know I do too. Son of a bitch. For those, someone was asking about where to buy it. Right now, it is only on the Rudder store. It's been on PC for a while. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Blood and Truth gave me some GoldenEye vibes, too. Anyways, yeah, you can buy it on the Rudder store right now. I know that it's been on PC for a couple years, and you can buy that on Amazon. So I would imagine we'll probably see it going there. But for right now, if you're in the UK, I believe you can order it now, and they're actually shipping. Because there were pre-orders available before, but they are now shipping all that out. Ooh, interesting. But if you are in the US, you can pre-order now, but they're not shipping till July, like mid-July, so another 4 weeks, give or take. but I'm going to be giving one away too, so keep an eye on the channel for that. Yeah, good call, Brian. Yeah, and it's unfortunate that the PS4 version is not also PC compatible. Like Thrustmaster usually has it both ways. Oh, there's a heavy around here, and I know that. And I remember last time I blew through so much ammo in him. Oh, son of a bitch! What have I got here? All right, this is what's gonna happen. Oh, do I have any nades left? I do. Ah, no, that's not good. Uh-oh. Okay, let's get some nades out there. Yeah, there you go. All the throwing's gotten a little bit better too, I think. We got 20 rounds. Okay, let's do that. Alright, buddy, come here. Get over here. Oh, okay, that's a good sign. We've got some auto here. Okay, go. There we go. Woo! That's definitely heavy. Oh, it made me sweat. What do we got left for ammo now? You're empty. You're not doing too good. I'm gonna take some health. You're just gonna wipe your face. That was definitely a more satisfying fight than first time through. The controls just lend themselves a little bit better. More than little, actually. Yeah, the controls, if you're just with moves and you don't have a rudder, now you can do what you expected them to be. The control scheme originally, I totally knew what they were trying to go for, and it was smart in some ways. They wanted to try to make it so that you could dual wield without having to move a hand, you know, like to go backwards or to strafe. But it also made it like really, really rigid to control. It was like
These guys have been here
trying to like go into a
wonder they're losing
gunfight
it.
with a locomotive.
No uniforms. Not military. Mercs?
I still wish the controls were quicker. It would be a different beast. But the big thing is now I don't feel like I don't really want that on that hand. Okay, good, it just went to the S hand. But now I don't feel like I'm fighting the controls the whole time, which is really, really nice. Now I'm gonna walk it. Yeah, Ryan, you're gonna, big difference. I was actually just talking to Jason from the PSVR chat show today. We were talking, he's still got a standard PS4, and I was saying that for example, the Mage's Tale got a pro patch, and it was not a very good looking game because it was an amazing looking game on the Oculus. When they brought it over to the PlayStation, it didn't have any pro support, and they kind of just ported the game as was to a lower power system, and they didn't really optimize it, so it looked like it was really blurry and had a lot of not great looking visuals going on. But they gave it a pro patch now, and it's gorgeous. Like, it's much more in line with what the PC saw it as, and it really, really helped. Certain games like really bumped up their visuals with the pro, especially if they take advantage of it. A Solace Project was almost a 30 to 40% boost in overall like clarity. People get confused. They say that, well, you can't bump up the resolution because the headset's locked in. Yeah, but a lot of these games don't even take advantage of the resolution the headset does have. so it can be quite noticeable. You can duck under these, but I'm too lazy to do that. Whoop. Hands still feel like they're coming out of your neck, but not bad. Yeah, it's fun with rudder support too, Mage's Tale. It's a little more sensitive than some of the games. Like you're gonna see different developers optimizing the rudder differently, or utilizing it, I guess, differently. The Mage's Tale is very playable with it, but and it's funny. I always complain about games being too slow in VR because they're so afraid of making people sick. Mage's Tale is really fast with the rudder. Maybe a little too sensitive, but I definitely got used to it. Strafing is very fast. But it's a game changer. Mage's Tale and the Wizards. Oh man, really? I'm out of that already? Not good. There we go. Mage's Tale and the Wizards both play great. Space Junkies is probably my favorite rudder game though. It's just, oh, it's so good. And this probably. They're two games that just really struggled with having only move controls. So it's nice to have the option. But then again, like Junkies is another example of a developer that changed up the controls for us and just gave us the option to play it the way we wanted, and it was really nice. I think I'm gonna duck under you. I'm gonna run out of ammo. Ow. There's a little puzzle here, if I remember correctly.
Welcome aboard the M3C Perseus Maritime Patrol aircraft. The M3C Perseus is equipped with a Mark IV fusion reactor, as well as a top-of-the-range Argus full-spectrum sensor array.
Where was that puzzle? There we are.
Please input the manual override sequence. Rotate the holographic matrix. Activate the orange areas. Hit the light bead to unlock the hatch. Rotate the holographic matrix.
Ugh, remember, I hate puzzle games.
With the light bead, unlock the hatch.
Nope. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. No, not that. Okay, it's gotta be up then. Yes. Nope. Oh, I knew that was. Okay, yeah, I got it. Stop it. There we go. Yeah, yep. And there we go.
Rotate your arm to open the hatch door. Warning. Hatch door is now open.
And we load. And you're, oh, gotta love Sony for progressing to VR over the years. Oh, yeah. Sony's, that's weird that it's loading in 2D for me here, or flat screen. But yeah, totally, Ryan, I absolutely agree. Sony owns the console VR market. I mean, Microsoft, the Xbox One would have to run it, and they're not gonna only do it on the X. Surprised they didn't at least mention it at E3 this year, with the mention of the new system, but I am Dave. I don't ever feel like I'm on a hoverboard though. I don't actually, the connection, I've made the connection pretty good. Like I just, people talk about it being immersion breaking, but it's a lot more immersive than using my thumbs to walk. So I don't mind it. I've gotten pretty used to it. I just like having all the foot stuff on the feet and all the hand stuff on the hands. To me, that just makes a lot of sense. Like, I think that moving forward, I think we're going to see more stuff like that, even if it's not the rudder. You know, a lot of people want to stand, so there's going to be some options for those people. But I think This, there's got to be some kind of a movement away from analog sticks for walking and moving. At least using them as movement away from using them as all-purpose things. Man, I am out of ammo. I am just straight up running out of ammo. I am screwed. Is that ammo? No, it's not. Let's get out of here. Still wish this game moved quicker. It's better though. Oh man. I don't have the ammo. Ugh, I don't want to have to shoot those. This game is still a really good looking game. It's would be a really nice option for people who really liked what Blood and Truth was trying to do, but didn't like the on-rails aspect. I am so screwed. I got nothing. This might be a problem. I remember running into this issue on my first playthrough too. Those heavies, they really eat up a lot of ammo if you're not careful. I got nades. I guess that's what we're gonna use. There you go. That's right. And then one for you. Oh, that might not be close enough. Uh-oh. Man, this is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem. Yeah, Tasnik, it's good. Yeah, it definitely, this game really benefits from it. Why don't I have sound? Uh-oh. Son of a bitch. Yeah, we just froze up. Yeah, Killzone VR would make a lot of sense, but Guerrilla's making Horizon Zero Dawn games now, I'm sure. Let me just see if I can unfreeze this 1 second. Yeah, you should definitely get this game, Tasnik, especially with the upgrade. Wow, that sucks. Yeah, so guys, damn it, the game just froze on me. But you get the point. You get the point. It's about the control upgrades. So yeah, don't waste your ammo like I did. But yeah, it's way better. The move upgrade is just great. With the 3 upgrades, the 3 movement options that they gave us for move controllers, and yeah, the rudder is awesome as well. If you have the means, it's definitely the way to play, freeing up your hands entirely. But this game just froze. Son of a bitch. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you're tuning in late, yeah, this will be up on YouTube, and you can catch it from the beginning there. You'll get a much better idea. I kind of run through the patches, updates, and yeah, Tasnik knows there. Yeah, more to come for the rudder. Immortal Legacy's fantastic with all these changes. So if you haven't picked it up, definitely look into it. It's super high quality. And yeah, thanks guys. Really appreciate everyone stopping by, and catch you guys on my next video. Later.